Welcome to today's episode where we will dive into the fascinating world of the mind and how it shapes the reality that we experience. Have you ever wondered how we manage to navigate the overwhelming amount of information we actually receive every second? The truth is that our brain has a hidden tool that helps filter out the noise and focus on what's important. And that is called the Reticular Activating System, or RAS. Today I'll be sharing a powerful model that shows how this small bundle of nerves in our brainstem influences everything from your beliefs to your behaviors and ultimately the reality you create. Let's dive in. When we are awake, we constantly receive pieces of information through our five senses. It's actually around 2.3 million bits of information per second that stream into our system via our eyes, ears, taste buds, smells, and the touch. You can probably imagine that 2.3 million bits per second sound far too much for us to handle, and you would be correct. And that's why we thankfully have the Reticular Activating System. The Reticular Activating System, called as well the RAS, is a bundle of nerves at our brainstem that filters out unnecessary information so the important stuff gets through. In our conscious mind, we would not be able to process that amount of information every second. Thankfully, we don't have to because the RAS is working as a filtering system for us. Your RAS takes what you focus on and creates a filter for it. It then sifts through the data and presents only the pieces that are important to you. It does this through deleting information that is just not necessary. It even distorts data for it to be of more importance or better understandable for us. And it generalizes all of this data for it to be better of use for us. And all of this happens without you even noticing. The RAS programs itself to work in your favor without you actively actually doing anything. Pretty awesome, right? In the same way, the RAS seeks information that validate your beliefs. It filters the world through the parameters you give it. And your beliefs shape those parameters. If you think you are bad at giving speeches, you probably will be. And if you believe you work efficiently, you most likely do. The RAS helps you see what you want to see, and in doing so, it influences your actions. Makes sense, right? Your thoughts and your beliefs are the main part of the filtering system of the RAS, but there are other filters, subconscious filters, like your values, your identity, past memories, past decisions, language, how you say things, even your current mood, your current location, and the time of the day when you process data will influence the data that filters through. The RAS is the reason you learn a new word and then start hearing it everywhere. It's why you can tune out a crowd full of talking people, yet immediately snap to attention when someone says your name or something that at least sounds like it. It's why you are seeing suddenly everywhere the car that you are currently considering buying, but before you never saw it at all. For example, if you were bitten by a dog when you were a child, you obviously have a strong memory of this. What your RAS does is it sees all dogs as a threat or a danger. It will generalize that all dogs could bite you and therefore you avoid them. That's how fears or even phobias get created. The funny thing is that we are just not even aware that this is happening, that the RAS actually exists, or that it filters life into the version of what we call reality. But what we experience is not truly reality. Our reality is what ends up through the filters. Our filters. It distorts, of course, deletes and generalizes data based on our filtering system. And that's why reality is different for everyone. And that's why you are creating your own reality based on your beliefs, perceptions, attitudes, and memories. Does this make sense to you now? Once these 2.3 million bits per second have gone through the filtering system of the RAS, you are left with an internal representation filtered down to 128 bits per second. From 2.3 million to 128. That's how little we actually perceive of reality. That's all that our conscious mind can handle. And what happens next with that 128 bits of information? Whatever ends up in our conscious mind filtered down through the RAS, we then create meaning out of it. And meaning is everything. It's part of being human to create meaning out of what we see, hear, touch, taste, and smell. We human beings will create meaning out of everything. And from that meaning, what do? We create a behavior out of it. We act and behave in a certain way due to the information that comes through and the meaning that we give it. And that action or behavior will result in a certain experience. But it's an experience that we created based on the filtering system and the meaning system that we have inside of us. Let me give you an example. So if I ask you now, will you travel to India with me? It depends very much on your RAS, your filtering system, what your next thought is going to be, what your reaction is going to be. If you previously created, for example, the fear of flying through a memory or perceptions of others, then you will tell me, oh, no, Linda, I'm not going to travel with you to India. Just the idea of flying to India is now stuck in your mind and it creates an icky feeling inside of you. The meaning of my question for you is actually a negative one. Whereas someone who has no fear of flying might say, sure, Linda, I'm going to travel to India with you. And who knows what the RAS of the next person will come up with, why it's maybe a good or a bad idea to travel to India. Do you see how that works? It's not a surprise to you now that you can train your RAS. You want to train your RAS by changing your beliefs so that your RAS automatically picks up on all the evidence of your new positive and helpful beliefs. It's like setting your intent for how your RAS can serve you. This basically means that if you focus hard on your goals, your RAS will reveal people, information, and opportunities that help you achieve them. If you care about positivity, for example, you will become more aware and seek positivity. If you really want a pet turtle and set your intent on getting one, you will tune into the right information that helps you do that. Get a turtle. And when you look at it that way, the law of attraction doesn't seem so mystical now, does it? Focus on the bad things and you will invite negativity into your life. Focus on the good things and they will come to you because your brain is seeking them out. It's not magic, it's your reticular activating system influencing the world you see around you. The same as you would train to run a marathon or to prepare to play a piano concert. You can train your RAS towards what you desire. First, you need to be clear on the goal or the situation you want to influence. It sounds easy, but a lot of people are not so clear on what they actually want. If you then have made up your mind, now you think about how the results will look like, how that situation will evolve, or how you're going to feel towards the end of your desire when you reached it. You literally create a mental movie, a mind movie of how you picture that goal or situation, ideally turning out in the future. And you can even notice the sounds, conversations that you're having, visuals and other details of that mental movie. And to practice and train your RAS, you want to replay that mind movie in your head again and again. That's how you then make changes in your RAS. The cool thing is that I have a guided meditation for you to help you with this process. It's a short 11-minute visualization meditation that guides you in the process of bringing your desires to life and then helps you to reprogram your subconscious mind and change therefore your RAS. I will link the free meditation in the video description for you. I hope you liked this deep dive into the reticular activating system with me to understand the science of law of attraction, or how we are creating the reality we are living. Let it sink in and then make the decision to change your reality by training your RAS. And with that, I love you and leave you. Talk soon and bye-bye.